Movember Nuke.
Welcome guys for the episode number 4 about Movember and Nuke tips tweaks. So today we're just talking about two nodes you don't maybe use a lot for nice aesthetic effect. So we're talking about the color space and the STmap. For the node color space, I don't know if you already use it, but you have different color space available, and one of them is a HSV. HSV, hue, saturation and value. The same is a hue, saturation and lightning, luminance. We just separate the three channel RGB. The red becomes the hue, the saturation will be the green, and the value will be the blue. So for example, you will just spread between 0 and 1 the different value of color. For the green, that will be the saturation between 0 and 1, and it is the same value for the luminance intensity between 0 and 1 too. So with that, you just able to play a bit. For example, if I had a grade and I play an offset, I will just change the color of an element because I decay completely the hue, but I can do the same with the saturation. For example, if I use a grade and I play with my gain, I will change the saturation. So that's really funny to play a bit. But there is another color space that's very nice. That's YCBCR. YCBCR is the separation between luminance and chrominance. We have this type of signal for video, so DV or very old VHs. You know, the very old video tape. With this technique, you're able to reproduce some artifact from VHS. For example, the Y is always a bit sharpened, so that means there is a very high contrast for the light. For example, something like that. So, if I take a look now, I have a sharpen, but only on the lighting, not on the color. But another way, I can use the highlight from the luminance. So I will use a keyer. And with that, I will increase some value on the red and blue channel. So the blue will be the green channel for us, and the blue will stay the blue. No, the blue will be the green, the red will be the blue. So CB, CR. So if I play a bit with it, for example, I will increase the gain. So I will just express more the definition of the blue, and I will remove the red channel in the same way. So you can create a lot of very cool effects. So for example, I can blur the two chrominance. Just duplicate. So if you take a look, you will see that it's completely different. That's pretty nice to have a look on this system, because you can create a lot of very nice effect just to imitate the video tape. But the color space is not only from a plate. You can create something from. So for example, if I use a constant and I just convert to the AHV, I can add a ramp on the red channels. That means the hue. So I will have the whole value between 0 and 1. That means I will be able to create only the whole spectrum of color. And if I play with the grade, don't forget the green will be the saturation and the blue will be the value. So if I play with the lift, I can change the luminance or the saturation of each element. And if I play with an offset, I can just create a delay on the hue. So that we have a lot of fun with this system. So last trick, very last one. So maybe you use the STmap just as a UV element, but you can use the STmap for something else. If I use my plate, I will just use one channel from this plate, for example the blue one, and I input this in the STmap, and I use for my screen, for my source, the famous spectrum. I can just spread the different value of this color, and I will use the value of the luminance of my plate to place the different colors. So if I play with the grain again with an offset, so I will be able to just spread out more or less this information, and I will play with the gamma too. So with this system you can create a lot of aesthetic effect. You can even create for example something like a thermal vision. So that's all folks, thank you for your patience. Don't forget this is for the Movember, so if you go in my page, don't hesitate to give me a donation for the men's health. Thank you and see you soon.